Hello everyone, this is Mercs Rain. We're back again, episode 41 of our Enigmatica 6 expert playthrough. In the last episode we ended right here. We had progressed down this magic tree, we got the alchemy table, we tried to set it up. We found out that you have to set it up in the Undergarden. Next we wanted to make the white chalk. The white chalk is in the blood altar, 7,000 of the life points, I believe that's what that is. Impure white chalk takes the alchemy table. It needs burnt otherstone. It needs plant oil, and plant oil is also made in the alchemy table. With we're going to do carrots and bone meal, and we'll just put our weak blood orb in there, and we should get a few of them. But the other thing that we needed was burnt otherstone, which that is otherstone just smelted. And otherstone, of course, we found this in a much older episode, but we can also turn arcane stone in the spirit fire into this other stone. The arcane stone is clay, source, and apatite in the lightning altar. The more difficult thing to actually craft is the otherworld ashes. We need to take a look and see how do we get this today. Otherworld ashes is only made in the spirit fire from otherworld wood. We could find this in the world. It might be a little rare to find in the world. See, only visible while the third eye is active. But there's also a bee. I don't think we're going to look into the bee today. I think we have another option. So if we come in here and we look for other wood, we're looking for the sapling. I think it's just under here. Is it this? Otherworld sapling. I think primarily found in the otherworld groves. That wasn't exactly what I expected to see, but I think we might be able to buy it from this guy. Let's go ahead and take a peek. If I search other, we have nothing. Our first conundrum of the episode. With a little investigation, I see in the occultism section, if we click on this down here, summon the otherworld sapling trader. I mean, clearly this path, in order to even get down here, we would need this white chalk, which we are working on. But when I click here, the otherworld sapling trader will take the unstable otherworld saplings you get from groves or the market. But we're at the market right now, and I don't see anything there. So this might be changed for expert mode. We'll just double check on him again. If we look for unstable, we get nothing. If we get other, we get nothing. There are lots and lots of saplings. Twisted sapling, but I don't believe that's it either. Architect's palette. No luck on that market. Okay, I figured it out, and I think it actually has something to do with the fact that we don't have the effect from the Demon's Dream fruit. And I think it might even affect things like JEI. So go ahead and take a look at this. We have oak sapling, and if we look at the spirit fire, it's oak sapling to oak sapling. But that's because we're not under the effects. Let's read the extra little bits on there. This is clearly the default Minecraft oak sapling, but if we look over at this one says occultism, otherworld sapling neutral. So we really want to just convert a whole bunch of oak saplings into the occultism ones. We'll plant them, and then under the effects of the Demon Dream fruit, we should be able to harvest them. Hello, Mr. Iron Golem. We'll go ahead and buy as many oak saplings as we can. Oh, check this out. Now when we're searching for oak in here, we actually have the option to go ahead and just buy them. The cost is 1 spirit attuned gem. It's probably just cheaper to buy the normal emerald ones and then just go convert them. Done. There they are. Oh, hey, look, it's actually showing unstable otherworld sapling here now. On the way out here to the tree fields, I want to show you something. So I think we've actually exhausted all of the power from this chunk. We only have one of these in activation, and the rest of them are totally dead. So I think we're going to need to start looking into this aura replenishment, probably sooner than later. I was actually trying to craft a bunch of these arcane stones up, so if we come here and take a look, we can turn them into warding stone via the natural altar. I was only able to do, I think, 4 in total, and then it looks like we're totally out. So I've turned off the system. I don't think we want it sitting there if it potentially is eating any of the aura. Okay, so we're going to plant these, and it does appear to be a normal-looking sapling when we place it down. Oh! Glory shards. What's this? You deal 20% more damage to your enemies. Wow. That's not a bad one at all. Ouch. Okay, so there's one. We're going to need more. This is 6 trees. I'm kind of hoping that this is enough for now. Let's go ahead and eat our fruit. Nothing. There we go. I think this is only going to give us normal oak saplings back, but we'll find out soon. Okay, so we didn't quite get to the last one, and that's fine. We have more Demon Dream fruit. Let's see what we got. We got normal oak saplings back, but we are also getting this otherworld wood, which we did need. So I'm going to go ahead and plant a few more of these and keep gathering, just so we have a small stockpile ready. Back in the base, let's go ahead and take half a stack of that otherworld wood and burn it. Dun da da da! Otherworld ashes. It is now time to go back to our blood altar and get things moving along. Alright, here we are. We're going to start off by putting our altar down somehow. Maybe I can't put it up against the wall? Oh, maybe it places in an orientation I wasn't expecting. There we go. The alchemy table doesn't look exactly how I expected it to look. When we come back here and we look at this, I was expecting it to look kind of like this as an interface, but we're not seeing that at all. So let's go ahead and figure out how this actually works. I'm going to put my weak blood orb in over here. And the other thing is we still don't know how much like life essence is in this blood orb or in my network. I did drain at least 2,000 or 3,000 out of here. So hopefully we have enough to do what we need. We're going to go ahead and throw in our 3 carrots and our 1 bone meal. And we may have to do this. Aha! There it goes. Alright, this is going to take just a little bit of time. We'll let it go. We are complete on the plant oil, so let's go ahead and take that out. We're going to leave our blood orb still in there. Let's get the white chalk recipe ready. So we can see this one now needs 1 of the plant oil, 2 of the burnt otherstone, and 3 of the otherworld ashes. I don't actually know if we need more than 1 of these. Let's just make 1 to start off with. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And 1. And this looks like it's ripe for automation, doesn't it? Looks like maybe inputs and outputs on different sides. We'll find that out later too. We now have our impure white chalk, so that's a quest complete. Move away from some of those loud cows. Let's go ahead and take these quest rewards. We've got Otherstone, Spirit Attuned Gem, and Scavenger's Delight. From this one we have some XP. And then we have Scavenger's Delight. So typically, in the mod, I believe you just throw the impure white chalk into the spirit fire and you're good. However, we know that in the expert pack, we need to throw this in the blood altar with 7,000 LP in it. I happen to have this thing full. It's got 10,000, so we're ready. Put it in. This is going to take another chunk of time, so we'll be back when it's done. Our white chalk is completed. All right. Let's go ahead and take the quest rewards for that as well. So from here, there's all sorts of things that sort of unlock in the occultism pages, but we really want to come back and look at the magic section over here. So we've completed this. When we get into Adept, now we need to make a golden sacrificial bowl, 5,000 source, but some easy-ish stuff to get. We need 4 of these sacrificial bowls. Actually, it looks like we need 5 because we need 1 to make the golden one. This is more other stone slabs with some pewter inlays and mana powder. Not too difficult either. And then any kind of candles, which, if we look at candles, they're honeycomb, a dye, and string in the cooking pot. I actually have a few of these crafted up already. So let's go back to our base and continue on. Making our other stone slabs. Crafted a whole bunch of them there. You know, actually I may have just crafted more than I really needed, but that's okay. We're gonna need some more pewter inlays. How much pewter do we even have in our system? We have a bunch, actually. We need to make 5 of these, so we need 10 pewter inlays. Unfortunately, it looks like we have 8. We're gonna go ahead and crush a whole stack of source gems for mana powder. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 sacrificial bowls. So that quest is now complete. Now we need to make the golden one. So we need a gold inlay. This is the arcane gold, okay. Do we have enough? We have enough. Sounds good to me. There we go. Oh, right, we need to do this in the enchanting apparatus, no problem. Sacrificial bowl, 1 mana powder, and the 4 gold inlays. I've also discovered that the order, the placement in which you put these on their pedestals does not matter. So, as we'll see here, over here it looks like it should be 2 of these on each side, 1 of those in the, you know, top, middle, and then this would go in the middle. This part is important. The sacrificial bowl does have to go into that bit. That's important to tell it what to craft. However, look, we can put these in a line. I'm gonna put the mana powder over there, and then we can finally put this here. And that will work. And that's gonna take a lot of mana. However, check this out. This thing is now down to 50% full. We've made our golden sacrificial bowl. This will replenish itself, or at least it is supposed to, sending to 1 location. Oh, it looks like we have lost the direction. I think we do from click, position 1, click, send to. Here it goes. We're back to full. So I've got 2 full jars here. And this thing, oh, I see what the deal is. This can only take from 1 location and send to 1 location. So I cannot bind this to 2 of these jars, which is maybe a little unfortunate. But the upside is, out here, it's taking from this jar. And that's actually, I think, the max range from there to there. But it's able, when this thing gets more mana from the plants growing, it's easily able to just send it along. And so that's why we're at 60% full here now. I believe Ars Nouveau has a source splitter, and that's probably actually what we'd want. We want the relay to put it into a splitter, and then the splitter could sit here and then like dump it into both jars. But that's a small bit of automation that we don't need to do right now. I just pulled these candles out of my storage system, and now we have completed Spirit Magic Adept, which is great. Other Stone Trader. So tossing arcane stone into a spirit fire is certainly effective. But another stone trader will do the job at a significant discount. As in, instead of 1 to 1, it's now 1 to 2. So let's go ahead and figure out how we get this. Turns out it's going to be a ritual. Looking in the occultism book, we see that the other stone trader, this looks like is maybe the normal recipe. However, for expert, we saw in the quest book, it said it only goes 1 to 2. So they made it, you know, a little less effective, but it's still better than normal. It looks like all we need to do is do a Aviar's Circle, summon foliot. We need diorite, granite, stone, and andesite, and a book of binding foliot bound. Okay, so we need to learn how to make this. And this does the ritual, so it's going to summon this trader. If we click on the Aviar's Circle, oh wow, okay, good. We do have a visualize button. It looks like this is just a bunch of white chalk, the 4 candles we have. So we should have everything we need to do this. Although I don't know how we do this Book of Binding yet. Alright, this says in the Book of Binding here that we craft them with a book and quill and various dyes. So we'll have to take a look in JEI. And actually, we're going to bookmark this page here. But it also says craft the Book of Binding with this dictionary. So I bet you we need to have the like other stone trader listed here, maybe, and then we somehow craft it together. We're about to find out. So I think that's what we're seeing here. We create a book of binding foliot with white dye, book and quill, and purified ink. Ah, do we have purified ink? Black dye in the spirit fire. Easy enough. And then, look at this. It says book of binding bound, right? You put the unbound book with the dictionary of spirits, and that's where I think we have to have it open to the right page, and it'll do this. We're about to find out. Let's do this. I don't know if we have everything we need. Oh, we don't have the black dye. Let's go ahead and get ourselves like... I'm feeling like 16 is a good number to probably start with. Dun, da, da, da. Purified ink. Oh, and that was a quest. Here's our first book of binding foliot. Okay, so let's see if this works how I think it does. We have Otherstone Trader listed here. If we put that up and this up, book of binding foliot bound can be used to summon the foliot Krreder, which is a cool name, but I don't know if that's the right guy, but we're gonna find out. It's now bound. Before we leave, let's make sure we grab all of the different things we want. We need a piece of stone, just a single one. We need a piece of andesite, diorite, and granite. Now then, I'm envisioning we should really build like a really big, unique building. Very specifically, right? When we look at this, there are all sorts of different like summoning circles. Now, let's go back. Let's go all the way back. Back. Pentacles, right? This is what we want. We should probably have an individual room for each one of these kinds of summoning circles. And that way, we don't have to like ever take them down and rebuild them. However, for today, we do not have that building. I don't even know what it should look like. I mean, if you want to suggest like building structures or anything, I would greatly appreciate that. We could easily do like a tower, and each floor of the tower has a different circle, but that might be really tall. It might be weird to navigate. We could do a you know, place that's a big flat room and they're all in there, or just some kind of crazy castle and each room of the castle has a summoning circle. I don't know yet. But for now, I think we're just gonna set this up out here. We're doing most of our magic stuff outside at the moment. So this looks like a great spot. Aviar's circle. Let's visualize it. It's not that big, so it can easily fit right there. Gold bowl. Candle. Candle, candle, candle. Okay, and I love how at the top, right, it says 5 out of 25. It's like one of the best things of these visualize mods. Now, these are looking different. I don't know if the symbols themselves actually matter or if they're just sort of random. Hopefully they don't matter. All right, we have completed it. However, it's not quite complete, right? We do need to have these bowls. May only be used in a tomb. Craft red chalk to lift this restriction. Well then. Very unexpected. I guess we need to create a tomb place for this? Well, we have this whole room down here that we could potentially use, right? But this was our setup for getting more ore, right? I don't want to remove it. So let's go ahead and build like a temporary... We could just do this underground right here. It is totally a temporary spot. We don't need to worry too much about what it's going to look like because we're going to rebuild this as a cool base at some point. Does being in a tomb mean that it's going to change what our design should look like? Maybe. What do you guys think? Please let me know. Okay, let's go ahead and build this again. We have everything laid out where we want it. Candle, 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 and a candle. Chalk, 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 chalk. Golden bowl. Okay, we should be able to put the normal bowls down now. This is perfect. And I think these can be anywhere. We didn't see them in the outline. I'm pretty sure they could even be like out here if we wanted to, but we'll leave them inside. And remember how I said I don't know if we need to make more or anything of these white chalks? Well, they do have durability. Every time we use it, it's going down. But let me show you something I have. In my active trinkets, I have the Mossy Ring. Slowly repair held items. So check that durability out. 99, 100, 101. It's not fast, but it does mean that if we're just like walking around or something, we can easily put this on our hotbar and get the durability back. It's a bit powerful. I mean, it's not crazy powerful. We could probably actually put like mending on this. It does look like we could. So we could put mending on this and then like go to our skeleton farm and probably repair it so much faster. But this is just a passive thing. It's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and set things up. We need 1 stone, 1 1 andesite, 1 diorite, and 1 granite. And then I believe we just put the book in the center. I don't think there's anything else we need to do, but we're about to find out for sure. I heard a sound. I saw stuff get eaten. And here is Krreder. I can't click on him. Shift click? Okay. Shift click will do something, and it tells us that he is other stone. This is good. So we were only able to do this in a tomb. Do we think we can bring him back to our world? Let's go ahead and try on this empty soul gem. Oh, and another thing too, right? So we used a foliot calling book. Let's go into spirits. We used a book of binding in order to do this, but a book of calling will allow you to store the thing. So we put it in this gem, and I could probably have put it in a bottle if I shrunk them down, any of those other ways to move stuff. But maybe we should take a look and see how you create a book of calling. Looking in here, I mean, I see that these say foliot lumberjack, and this one is foliot transporter. So I'm not sure if janitor, machine operator, I'm not sure if we can make just a generic book of calling. We will have to look into that a little later, but first let's go back to our base. On the way back, check this out. Our tree system is working. So far, we don't have any problems keeping up with our power. These trees supply enough charcoal for everything. Ah, and look, so this light here, I have this turns on when the system is running. So when this deposits everything in there and it fills up and it's gonna turn the system off, this light will go dark. There it goes. Now that just means that we have at least a 14 power coming out of that box downstairs. I wanna show you one other thing since we're talking about this that I've set up. Right here in the basement, I have a red illuminant block. So it's turned off right now. Over here, we have a new little redstone line coming out. So what this is actually doing, it's saying if the drawer is at level 7, it should really say 7 or higher, we're going to turn on blue, because that's what we're doing. If our drawer, right, is a 7 or higher, that means we are half full or more than half full. And if we are, we output a signal over here on blue. This blue is going all the way up and around. Actually, let's go ahead and take the peak down here so we can see it. Alright, so here we are. This is a similar system to what we have set up on the other side that turns on the operational light, but all this is going to do is this is going to be a really quick delay. Pause while redstone is active. So because we are above half full on that drawer, this is paused. It's not going to run. But if we go below half full on that drawer, this red light is going to start to blink. And when that blinks, that means we're in danger. Critical operation. We are using more power than we can supply with our log system. And right now, we don't have that problem. But I do want to have this here because as we continually add more and more pits to our refined storage system, this cost is going up. We're already at 2025, which is about half of our power capacity. Right next to our spirit fire, let's go ahead and put this guy down. Okay, he seems to be stable. I thought for sure he was only going to be able to be placed in a tomb. So this is great. We don't have to like run to a tomb to use him. I happen to have this arcane stone, which I believe is what he takes, right? So if I put one in, I can see there is magical effects going on. He looks a little slow, doesn't he? There we go. We got our 2 other stone off of him. I wonder what happens if I drop a whole stack in front of him. It does appear that he picked up the whole stack. Let's right-click. We can see it. I don't know, will he process these one at a time very slowly, or will he do the whole stack maybe even slower? I guess we're going to find that out. Oh, he did. It looked like 4 at a time. That was nice. So the next 3 should be one more craft. Done. So we could automate this if we really wanted to by having like a dropper above him and probably a hopper below him, or, you know, a vacuumulator or something like that right here. Just thoughts, right? I don't know that we need to automate this guy right now. So something I am concerned about, though, is you see he has a life bar. That's not just HP. I believe that he can decay over time. I think that's how this mod works. I really don't have too much experience with it, and maybe they've turned decay off in this expert pack. So we're going to leave him here. He wasn't actually hard to summon at all. We could easily summon another one if we need to. Let's see if he starts to decay. We'll check back on him later. Back to our quest log, we now have the Otherstone Trader quest done. Let's move into the Otherstone Slate. So here we are, Otherstone Slates, and these are going to be important for blood magic, because that's how we make the blank slate, which blank slate I think is the base of almost everything you do in blood magic. We need to make Otherstone Slates, and they're 1,000 LP each to convert into a blank slate. And I think we're going to need a lot, so we're certainly going to need to set this up as an automated system. I don't have any plans on how to do that just yet, right? I'm actually envisioning we might want another computer hooked up to our blood altar. That way it knows how much blood is in there, whether or not it can send different things. Because I think with the blood altar, you can do only one craft at a time if you're manually interacting with it. But if you're interacting through a chest system, right, by pumping items in, I think you can pump in like a full stack of items. But we can see already that we need a bunch more Otherstone slabs, flux, and source gems, which we should have. Otherstone Slate. Oh, right, we can't do this in the crafter. What am I thinking? Hey, we have Otherstone Slates already somehow. Check that out. That must have been a quest reward somewhere along the way. Okay, these blank runes, I believe, are used to upgrade the blood altar to tier 2. And I think we need 8 of them, maybe 9 of them. And it looks like in order to make 2 blank runes, you need 6 of these blank slates. Okay, we have this automatically crafting our otherworldly slates. Here we are. We've already got 16 in there. Otherstone slates, I guess is what they're actually called. So we just put in our input over here. I've shown this before, but now that I have it set up a little differently, going through the bottom, we can just see that it is working. And this is great. It's not the fastest. We could probably have multiple of these systems all set up around, you know, a big enchanting room, something like that. But this does let us do other things like look at the quest log or do some other crafting. And because we have this relay set up, we can see that it is sucking magic out from the jar out there in the field, the one that's producing magic, and supplying us over here. Alright, we're back here at the blood altar, and we're going to try doing a tiny bit of automation. This is a very dumb, simple system, but these cows are driving me nuts. So we're going to go ahead and go into the muffler here. We're going to set up a brand new anchor, put it right on me right now, and this is just going to be very specifically cow. Cow ambient. We want this one. Done. So we can also take off the steps. We'll leave the death and the hurt sounds just in case we need to hear that, but man, so much better. If you didn't know about this muffler mod, it is great. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna come in here, and actually I think we're gonna leave this one empty for the moment. Let's just double check real quick. When we look at the blank slate, it tells us that we need 1,000 LP with 1 other stone slate. But I think we can do 10 at a time. So we have 10,000 in there right now, so we're good to go if I were to put in 10. Very specifically, 10, right? And then let's go ahead and grab our high extraction module, and we're going to set it in there. All 10 are now in there. So normally, right, manually, you can only put in one at a time, and you have to do one craft. Look how fast it is going. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We burned out. We need to get some cows dying here. Alright, so I don't know why we burned out. Look, it looks like it was at 10 when we started. So maybe we should get this up to 10 and throw in 9 and see what happens. Now we can put in our high extraction module right here, and it's going to send them out. And what we really want to do is we want to take one of these blank slates, which completed our quest, and we want to make sure that this is an allowed filter only on blank slates. That way we don't try to pull out anything else that might go in the altar. Let's go ahead and kill up some more cows. Back up to 10. Let's try 9 this time. It interestingly also takes a second before it starts. I wonder if we could like trigger that with some sort of redstone pulse to get it going faster. There we go. We have one bucket of blood left. However, it didn't work last time. Like, it was like off by a very small decimal. Time to throw our last 9 in. We're not quite at 10, but we are enough that it should be able to craft all 9 of those. 28 blank slates. What a great success. Okay. Next, we need to make these runes. We need to make 8 of these. We should have enough blank slates. Calcs of End and Living Wood might be something we need to grab, but we will do that if necessary, and back to our enchanting apparatus to make these. Crafting up our slates as we speak. Okay, and then we just need to add this to the extract filter. Looks like we might need to put a filter module on here. There we go. Blank rune in as allowed. So we need 8 of these blank runes total. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Sanguine Scientium. This is the tier 2 blood altar. It needs 8 total runes around the base, and that's it. That's all it is. We're gonna have this tier 2, no problem. Now, we are able to upgrade some of these runes. As we can see, it shows here in the center. The different kinds of runes that we can see in JEI. The blank rune, a nothing. The speed rune. Rune of Sacrifice. So this would actually, I think, make the cows count for more blood. Self-sacrifice, that's if you're doing damage to yourself to do the blood, which we might be doing soon, because now that we're tier 2, I think we'll be able to make the self-sacrifice dagger. Rune of Capacity, which would let us hold more blood. I'm not sure what augmented capacity does, or orb, or acceleration rune, or charging rune. So those are all things that we will learn about. Aha! Check this out. Oh, that's in the Blood Magic quest log. Let's go down there and take a look. We haven't looked down here in a while. Ah, we have a lot of things completed now. Check it out. So the Mark II Blood Altar quest line here actually gave us 4 displacement runes, so we could throw those in. Blank slates. Oh, this is giving us stuff to automate. How about that? We'll keep that in there for now. Dagger of Sacrifice. Weak Blood Orb. Oh, this is giving us a Charm of Regeneration 2. Interesting. You know what? I want to leave that in there for now. The Mark III needs 16 blank runes and 4 glowstone. Is that all we really need for a tier 3 altar? Because if it is, we could probably make the tier 3 altar like right now. Let's come back here and take a quick look. Tier 3 Blood Altar, which has 28 total runes, 20 more than a Tier 2, 5 on each side. We could make this. We could totally make this. Let's look at the other quest line again. It doesn't look like it has us doing a Tier 3 Blood Altar until we get to here. I'm trying to see where the starting point is for this. Starting point might be the purple chalk? I'm just trying to like look at the arrows. Or maybe it's up here, Spirit Magic Master. That's gotta be it. Whoa, I have just noticed the time, and we are definitely over on that. But let me show you one thing. So we had just, well, not from this quest line, but we had just gotten from the Blood Magic quest book a few rewards, and one of those was a mystery box. Check out what we got. We got Rune of Sacrifice. So we can throw those on our Tier 2 altar right now when we go build it in the next episode, but we can throw that on there and get more blood from the cows. It's gonna be pretty great. We're now getting like all of the base of the magic systems sort of set up, and then once we know a lot more about them and how they need to be set up and how big they're going to be and all that kind of stuff, we'll be making their permanent buildings. And actually, I do think that eventually we can move the blood magic to the overworld. And as we saw with the binding circle from occultism, once we get red chalk, we can move that to the overworld as well. So we'll have to really think about, do we want to have permanent bases with automation over in those other dimensions, or do we want to wait to set them up until we can get them here? If we get them here, we don't have to worry about doing like fancy dimensional item transfer, which is probably not in our grasp yet, but it might be once we get, you know, Tier 4 blood magic and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have to think about that a little bit. But please let me know your building designs, your ideas for how we should build the occultism building, because I have a feeling that's going to be coming sooner than later. I hope to see you in the next episode where we continue down our magic exploration paths. We're going to be able to get the gold chalk pretty soon, I think. We need to come back here and get to the runic altar. Once we have those things going, I think we'll be able to go back into the tech trees and get some more stuff like the disk drives for refined storage. But again, I really, really appreciate you watching these videos. This is Merc Serene signing off.